Hey, Mom.
Hey.
What's your name?
My name is Shakeema.
Nice. And where you at?
I'm in Brooklyn, where I should not be.
Why shouldn't you be in Brooklyn? I'm confused.
I moved out of the city for a reason. There's no reason for me to be in Brooklyn.
So, how's your day going? Why are you sitting there smiling, Mom?
Because you so animated. So, how's your day going?
Nobody can see me, though.
I know, but I can.
Tell me about, who you are. What do you do?
I am a mother of 4 beautiful girls. I am currently a project specialist. And that's really it. I'm married. I just out here taking it one day at a time. That's it.
You said you have 4 girls.
4 girls.
What's their names?
Kayla, Kiara, Kaden, and Callie.
And what's their ages?
Not too much. 23, 18, 14, and 7. 7.
How old are you?
We're slowly approaching 40, slowly. When I'm outside in them streets, though, I tell people I'm 23 and I don't have kids.
You tell them that you're 23.
Sorry, 26.
You tell them
that I don't have kids.
What does a typical day look like for you as a mom?
It depends, right? Because if I'm going in the office, I'm doing a lot of preparation for the whole week to kind of give myself a little breathing room. And when I work from home, it's a little easier, In the evening times, whether I'm at work and getting home, I'm cooking dinner and just preparing for the next day.
What did you cook last night?
I didn't cook last night. No, only because I was preparing for today.
You was prepared today. That's okay.
That's too much. I gotta have balance in my life. Yeah.
That's fair.
I had to wash my hair and stuff like that. So yeah.
Period. What's the hardest part about raising 4 girls?
Well, they're nothing alike. Being able to adjust to each and every one of their personalities, understanding their differences, being supportive to the things that they like, and really separating who I am from who they are. That's super difficult sometimes.
What's something that you do for your daughters that no one ever sees or acknowledges?
I think I do everything for them, if I'm being honest. Whether it's showing up or giving them a pep talk, everything. I think I'm their go-to person, even the ones that don't talk, you know what I mean? But I think I'm their safe place. No one knows that I have these relationships with each of you. They don't know what we talk about, even though y'all talk about it amongst each other. No one knows how, I have to show up daily for each of you in different ways.
How has your approach to parenting changed from your first daughter to your last? You had your last child at the age of 33?
Yeah.
And having your first child at the age of 16?
It changed dramatically. 16, you don't know anything, you know what I mean? I've gone through things in my life, so the way I parented my first child was in survival mode, right? And as I continue to have children, you kind of learn to release some of that power and understand that your children are people too. So I had a strong hold on you. And then as I grew and started being more understanding and started learning who I was, right? Because at 16, I really didn't know who I was. I just knew I had a baby and my job was to protect you by any means. So as I grew and, I started understanding who Shakeema is, it kind of alleviated some of the stress when it came to parenting the other kids.
When you had me at 16, what were you most afraid of?
It's so funny because I think it wasn't anything I was afraid of. It was more so I knew I needed you, right? It seemed like it was a void or a missing piece in my life. I was looking for love. And when I got pregnant, it was an automatic like, yeah, this is who's gonna love me unconditionally.
No matter
what. And I wasn't scared. It didn't scare me. I knew my life would be different. I wasn't losing that big of a piece of who I was. It was more so I was completing a puzzle.
What does it feel like to watch your daughters become their own people in comparison to you growing into your own person now at this age?
I always say you guys are everything that I'm not. And that's because of who I was. You guys each received a different piece of me at different stages in your lives. And I just see each of you just blossom in the most amazing way. And like I said, you all are so different, but you all are so special.
What's something you wish someone had told you when you were young that you've had to figure out on your own?
Finances. Oh my goodness. I feel like I've gotten in debt and got out of debt more times than I can count. And I just wish someone would have been able to tell me the importance of saving and investing and buying property and things like that. So that's one of the big ones.
Do you ever feel like yourself outside of being a mom, and what does that feel like?
I think now, at times, I feel like this amazing woman when I go out. I've been in mommy mode for so long that sometimes I don't even know who I am when I go out. But, you know, I'm like one of the funniest people I know, so there's that. But I'm literally becoming at this point in my life. I don't think I ever invested in myself for as long as I was a mom, you know, that entire time. It was just, you know, pour into my kids. I need them to be great. And I had to realize that I could be great too.
At the same time. What is a feeling you carry as a mom that you've never said out loud?
I still have some pain when it comes to being a mom. I know I made a lot of mistakes early on that I can't correct. But what I do appreciate is that I have grown, and that opened the door for new relationships with my daughters.
Do you think you having me young shaped who you are, or do you think you would have been this person anyway?
No, it definitely shaped who I am. Absolutely. When I had you, it was like I had to strive for the best. It was like there was nonstop. And I could have been more complacent. I felt like because I had someone looking up to me, there was no time to fail. So I had to just keep going, keep pushing. No matter what I was faced with, it was like whatever.
Is there anything you did as a parent that you do completely different if you could?
I think I'm in that way of changing all the time, right? I think I used to yell a lot. I don't yell that much no more. You know, I'm kind of chilled. I think I'm super understanding now, and I wasn't before. I think I have realized that I am raising little people that's going to be big people one day, and you kind of realize, I didn't want to be treated like that, or I don't want to be treated like that. So you kind of got to figure out how to manage your emotions when dealing with your kids too.
What's something about raising Black girls that people outside your community don't understand?
That we're beautiful. I think people downplay how beautiful Black women are from other races, and the reality is we are the most beautiful woman in the entire world. That's something I instill in my daughters, that they're beautiful. I tell them every chance I get, I tell them how much they don't need the stuff that they have to enhance their beauty. They're beautiful women.
Is there something you've never told any of your girls that you think they should eventually know?
There's things I've told you that I haven't told the other girls yet, and I just don't think they're ready.
You think it's a not ready thing, or you think it's like you share based off of personality?
I think I have told them the most important things. I think my 14 and 7-year-old would not be receptive or understanding of those things. But you and Kiara, I think you guys are well aware of everything.
Do accomplishments between us feel shared? Like when me, Kiara, Kaden, or Callie do something, do you also feel that accomplishment?
Absolutely. Absolutely. You know how I feel about my girl. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. And I get to brag. Because my girls, like, yeah. Each and every one of you are that girl.
What was it like growing up, figuring out what you wanted to do in life? And with that, I'll also add on, what did you want to be? And are you still on your road to becoming that person?
I've always wanted to be a lawyer. That is my dream. That is my dream. That is my dream. I've taken the LSAT more times than I can count. I've gotten waitlisted at a law school. And at that point, I pivoted and went and got my master's, but that is still my dream. So, without saying too much, I'm still gonna go after that dream.
Period. Yes. In what ways do you see yourself in me, and how does that make you feel?
We're so different. We're like oil and water. But I will say, her independence is me to the max. She doesn't wait on nobody. When she wants something, she gonna go get it. And that is me. She is definitely top tier when it comes to that. So, yep.
How does that make you feel?
Like I did that.
I did my big one. Job. You did your big one?
I definitely did my big one. Absolutely. If anything, you guys are going to be independent. You're not going to wait on nobody and don't need nobody. So,
what advice would you give young moms?
Your life is not over, right? People tend to think, and society has everyone thinking that because you're a young mom, you can't do anything. I graduated high school with 1, and I graduated college with 2. And if I was up all night getting a paper done, then that's what had to be done. But can't tell I couldn't even imagine someone telling me, and I mean, they probably did, but I couldn't imagine proving them right that I couldn't do anything. That sounds crazy. And because I was having daughters, it was so important that I stepped up in ways that they knew that there was nothing that they couldn't do. So there's nothing you can't do with a baby on your hip and all.
What advice would you give to young adults?
Oh, y'all gotta work hard, because, life a little different now. It was a little easier when I was growing up, but the world we live in is complicated. But having a 23-year-old, I will say this. She's so true to herself, and she doesn't let anyone shake her. And I truly admire that about her. Because when I was growing up, I was it was hard for me to speak up for myself. You know, I kind of let things just happen because I feared so much. That's something you can give them advice on, because I literally live vicariously through you when it comes to that. You're such a butterfly, you know what I mean? And you don't let anything shake you. And even if you do, it might be for a minute or two, and you just get back up and the grind continues. And so I would just say, do the things you love, right? You know,
I second that.
yeah, like I have a great job, but it's not what I love. You know what I mean? And when I see you do the things that you love, regardless, right? You might have to have a job, but you still gonna do the things you love.
This is a fact.
So I think that's so important, to stay true to yourself and do the things you love.
Who do you think I got my fashion sense from?
I gotta say him, but your dad was super fly.
Oh, nah!
He was super fly. Listen, he might not have taken care of you, but he took care of those fits, okay? He took care of those fits. Oh. I'm just finding myself, you know what I mean? Like, now I know. Maybe it was hidden and I didn't know I had it, but he was always super fly.
Is that how he got you? Because he was fly?
No, that's it. It wasn't even like that. It was kind of like he was the popular dude and I was the popular girl. But I'm glad I got you. You know what I mean? That's really all that matters.
A plus.
Period. Because after I had you, it was clip.
Like, how did you prepare your mind for mommy mode?
Oh, I didn't. I had no idea what I was getting myself into. What I did know was, I'm one of 6 siblings, so there were things I just knew how to do being an older sister. So it was like I was second mommy. So things just was like second nature. It wasn't nothing I had to learn because it was things I've already done.
Period. And someone wants to know, what was your biggest regret?
Staying in situations longer than I needed to. That is my biggest regret. Staying in situations that just did not serve me at all. Allowing people to do things to me and just not letting it go and moving on. Love yourself. Because when you love yourself, it doesn't matter who doesn't love you.
Enough said.
Enough said. Where you at?